Happy Devil's Sunday. This is the Woo Report. The Woo Report, episode 300. As the Devils clinch a playoff berth last night. Wow. For the first time in over 5 years, since 2018, the New Jersey Devils are heading into the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm your host, Sam Woo, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studio bunker in an undisclosed location in New Jersey. We had a great time last night at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. Devils fans were drinking. Devils fans were happy, singing along. It was a great time last night as we're welcoming up the viewers on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and Twitch. Seeing a lot of viewers popping in on this noontime Eastern Sunday morning. Actually, it's Sunday afternoon, I guess, technically. And, Lindy Ruff said last night to the players that Phase 1 is over. They made it to the playoffs with that playoff berth after, technically speaking, after the Rangers beat the Florida Panthers, but the Devils didn't need help anyway. We all knew that they were going in. It was just a matter of formality, and the Devils came back and beat the Ottawa Senators 5-3. 5-3, and you know what? That was a good victory. Mackenzie Blackwood coming off of an injury again, and a little rusty there in the beginning, but you know what? He was good enough. Gave the Devils a chance to win, and the empty netters sealed by Tomas Tatar, assisted by Nico Hischier, the captain, and John Marino. John Marino, we love John Marino. And I want to get your questions and comments on this Woo Report, because now we're going to have to take it to Phase 2, another level. Essentially, Lindy Ruff told the players that essentially, hey, Phase 1 means nothing if you don't do Phase 2 well. Phase 2 meaning the Stanley Cup playoffs. And there were a lot of things I liked about last night's game, particularly Miles Wood being inserted into the lineup, also coming off an injury like Mackenzie Blackwood, and telling Brady Tkachuk, hey, not in my house, not my building. Yeager's ours. And if you're going to mess with him, you're going to mess with me. I didn't like the call about the instigator and misconduct and resulting in an Ottawa Senators power play. I thought it should have zeroed out, canceled each other out. Both guys in the box, 5 minutes for fighting. That's what I think should have been called. I think the refs were overzealous again against the New Jersey Devils. But you know what? The Devils won, so, we could kind of get past that. But I'll tell you, though, folks, last night the crowd was ruckus. The crowd was amped. The crowd was waiting for this for a very long time now. Aside for the one playoff berth that happened in 2018, which turned out to be fool's gold, this team's for real. Jack Hughes on fire and fuego in the last few games, putting up goals, becoming the goal scorer that he is. Timo Meier, he's a marked man. He will adjust. Still, it's going to take some time for Timo Meier to adjust with his new teammates, but now Jack Hughes is back to scoring. Okay, well, you know what? That's all we like here in New Jersey. Getting his 40th. Last night. Did you pull out the 40s last night? Select the boy says that, Sam. Did you think they made the playoffs in convincing fashion, unlike 2018? Let's put it this way. It depends upon your question, select the boy. What I think was 2018, they just barely got in. Basically the last few days of the 2017-2018 season. They had been playing better than at that time than the previous few years. And, I have to say that, yeah, it is convincing right now. The overall body of work of this 2022-23 New Jersey Devils season speaks for itself. Number one, they're breaking records. Dougie Hamilton surpassing Scott Stevens' goal record, I believe, for a Devils defenseman. Jack Hughes breaking the 40 mark. I don't think he's going to break the goal mark this season, but you don't know with Jack Hughes. There's still plenty of games left, but he would have to get into his hurry-up offense, catch up after, a couple slumps here or there, mini slumps, which we're not going to harp on Jack Hughes. That's not what we're about. And you know what? The Devils are breaking records. Look at their road record as well. I mean, that is convincing to me that this is a playoff-bound team that's legitimate. They could still take the Metropolitan Division. That should be phase 2 for your New Jersey Devils. They get home ice advantage. And I think that's going to be very important. But don't look any further. I mean, look at the New York Rangers right now. They made some desperate trade deadline trades. They've obviously have bulked up, beefed up a little bit in the scoring department. Not too far behind the New Jersey Devils, which makes this week so important on a variety of reasons. Because could the Devils leapfrog the Carolina Hurricanes in the standings by this time next week, next Sunday night? We will find out. By the way, 9 p.m. Eastern, Let's Go Devils podcast, Sunday edition, will be on 9 p.m. Eastern tonight and next week as well. But those are the things you have to think about, folks. Nate Milbank says on the Facebook Live, we have clinched a playoff spot, unlike 2018. It just doesn't feel like a fluke. Even better, we're just getting started. And you do get that sentiment. You do get that sentiment, guys. Because the New Jersey Devils are the talk of the league. Because of Jack Hughes. Because of Jesper Bratt. Because of Timo Meier. They simply are. You actually see them being talked about on NHL Network more. Mainstream media as well. With the exception of the New York media, which really doesn't talk about anybody but the Rangers. But they'll come around. Kapokako, congratulations. You got your 40th goal. Apparently, according to Brackpack, 40th goal of his career. While Jack Hughes scored 40 goals so far this season. Yeah, I would revisit that draft, New York Ranger fans, because Jack Hughes is a generational player, and Jack Hughes is just getting started. All right, so switching over to the YouTube Live, my YouTube Livers, they're all in there piling in on this Sunday afternoon. Again, doing a Woo Report, episode 300. Dennis Kuka says, actually 3 days ago, would you be re-signing Tatar 3.5 for 2 years? At this point, I think it'd be worth it, to be honest with you. But again, money talks right now, and the salary cap issue, again, you still have to sign long-term Timo Meier to make that trade worth it, and Jesper Bratt, because Bratt is part of the core pillars of this New Jersey Devils. But I think Tom Fitzgerald has leverage with Jesper Bratt in terms of with Timo Meier. I'm interested to see how Claude Lemieux is going to play it as his agent. You know, agents, they get a percentage cut, so the higher the better for them as well. But let's see the commitment of winning and keeping that salary cap culture started with Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier signing their long-term deals. We shall see. Devils Aces. I haven't seen a Devils team like this since the early 2000s. Yeah, it does have that feel, but I think this team overall could be better. Potentially. And I use that word potentially because I think they're more talented than those teams of the past offensively. And again, it's a different game now than a different game back then. But if Scott Stevens is getting his records broken and other records are about to fall as well, both offense and defense as well, not so much defense because nobody could really surpass Marty Brodeur back in those days. But anyway, I'm just babbling right now. But yeah, so just a little bit of programming note. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark, March 30th at American Whiskey. I'll be there, and it's going to be a big Ranger hate day. And, yeah, we got to get fired up. We got to get in playoff mode. And what better way the next home game? You still got to beat the Islanders on Monday, tomorrow. But what better day or what better team to get into your playoff gear than playing the New York Rangers? And you know what? It's going to be a battle between the fans. It's been well documented that the rivalry between the New York Rangers and New Jersey Devils, dating back to when McMullen brought the team from Colorado to New Jersey in the Rangers' backyard, but across the river. And there's a lot of things that we could be making fun of the New York Rangers, but honestly, I don't want to play the Rangers in the first round because I think the Devils have higher, aspirations of getting far into the playoffs. That's one Devils-Rangers playoff game equates to probably about 15 regular season games all in one. The emotion, you're spent as a fan. It's almost like you played the game itself. But it's going to be all good. It's going to be all good. And Lindy has the pulse of this team. Lindy's pushing the right buttons right now. Sometimes we don't agree as fans. But in Lindy we trust for now. Yeah. Also, Akira Schmid sent down to Utica. Kind of expected, but at the same time, why? But I guess Lindy Ruff is going to ride Mackenzie Blackwood, Mac Black, and Vitek Vanacek. Sticking with the plan. Till somebody gets hurt again, I guess. God forbid. Ted says, Sam, I'm uneasy with Mackenzie Blackwood. What is going on with Blackwood returning? You know what? We could speculate, Ted, but the fact is he is back, and I'm hoping for the best for Mac Black. I agree with Devil's Aces. He wasn't too bad considering he was a month away. But you know what? When Mac Black's hot, he is a pretty good goaltender. But he just got to get in the zone. He hasn't stayed long enough. He hasn't been healthy long enough to do that. Ramona Rice has now entered the chat room on the YouTube Live, saying, hello, chat. Let's go Devils. But, yeah, if anything happens to Vanacek or Blackwood, you know Schmidt's going to get the call back up. It's nice to have that third goalie, but he was my guy. He was my guy. You can't blame him what happened to Buffalo. The optics don't look really good, but you know what? Let's see what Vanacek and Blackwood, what they do with their opportunity. And you know what? The Islanders are they're going to be tough. 7:30 Eastern start. Can the Devils leapfrog the Carolina Hurricanes this week. Carolina has got some tough teams. Boston tonight, I believe. Then they've got Tampa. Devils have the Islanders, then Rangers, then Chicago, and then the Winnipeg Jets. We got to finish off annexing the country of Canada. As you remember, the Devils have swept through the western side, the eastern side. Now they're going to central. Devil's Aces says, is that helmet operational? Yes, it is. But I'm not turning on the switch just yet. It will be back online on Thursday, March 30th, at American Whiskey, Game Day Live, and Devils After Dark. I'm still trying to figure out how to wear it while having my headset on, but I guess it's working out. I'm doing a little testing right now. But yes, go to American Whiskey. Some Rangers Suck confetti will be thrown, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Now, Ted's name dropping right now that he met Blackwood in the tunnel. He's imposing in his uniform and skates. Mackenzie Blackwood, definitely a good goaltender, but he's been hurt. He does make me feel a little uneasy. He definitely makes it feel interesting when you're watching. But the bottom line is he was able to pull the victory. That should give him a little confidence. We'll see on Monday who's going to be in that. Jonathan says, I doubt we'll pass Carolina for first. It'd be nice to hold off the Rags, though. I don't know if home ice advantage is as important as minimizing mistakes. Well, that's a valid point. The Devils are the road warriors of the regular season. But like as what Ted has said a couple times, Jack is back, the Jack attack, and he is the answer right now. He's got to step up. I think the defense needs to clean it up as well. All right, folks. Well, just want to give a shout-out to Kayla and Brandon, the nice family and their family that visited me at American Whiskey from Virginia, making the road trip. Kayla turned 30 years old. The bar, American Whiskey, sang happy birthday to her last night. And hands 10 and 2 on the wheel, 9 and 3 you prefer. Just make sure you put down the bagel. I don't know. No, you can eat those Hoboken bagels. Anyway, just want to give a shout-out to them as well. Also posting some pictures on social media as well. The family that travels from Virginia to come see the Let's Go Devils podcast and their New Jersey Devils. Also, we've got some other plans in the works for the playoffs. They're ongoing right now. We'll keep you posted as news comes because we got to celebrate together. We got to watch the games together. So we're going to try to figure that out in the near future. These things take time and planning. Also, April 13th, viewing party with Arlette at Stagehouse Tavern, 1099 Route 22 eastbound side, Mountainside, New Jersey. Game Day Live and Devils After Dark as the Devils take on the Washington Capitals last game of the season. And music by Arlette. Yes, our favorite national anthem singer, Arlette, will be on hand, entertaining. She can definitely sing, folks. Putting it out there. Short Sky is already confirmed. I'm confirmed as well. It's going to be a good time, folks. And, yeah. All right. Well, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. And we'll be talking. We'll be talking some Devils hockey in depth. The guys will be on hand. And Max is like, you already done? Well, we've been already at 20-minute mark here, Max, of this fine programming called the Woo Report. I'm also doing it in my sunglasses as well. I could barely look at the monitors and the screen, read what you guys are saying. And Max, you're going to have to represent us up in Boston when the Devils take on the big bad Boston Bruins next month. Now that will be a test, the Road Warrior test as well. And yeah, again, I can't wait for March 30th, this Thursday, at American Whiskey. We will bring the trash talking to a whole new level. And you got to up your game. It's been a while since the Devils have been on the playoffs. I mean, you as Devils fans got to step it up. It's going to be like a big pep rally at American Whiskey. All right, getting out of here. If you want to see me light the lamp, go to American Whiskey on Thursday with the helmet on, and I'll play some music and all that stuff. All right, so speaking of music, I'm going to hit the music right now. Yeah, the Woo Report music. And those are live streaming driving. Please be careful. Don't be watching this. Only be listening through Bluetooth, through your speakers of your fine automobile. Absolutely, folks. Absolutely. Well, have a great rest of the Sunday. See you at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is the Woo Report. Till next time, let's go Devils.